Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We have a lot to discuss today. Some things that I don't want to discuss, and this is just your disclosure. I might crash out in this video. Just warning you now. But let's get into it. So I was going to do a full video on Money in the Bank recaps, but I didn't get to it. I didn't have time. I'll be very honest with you. So we're just going to do a quick recap here in the beginning of this video, and then we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw. So, Seth Rollins and Naomi are your briefcase holders. They have a title shot anytime that they choose. And to be honest with you, neither one of these come as a surprise to me. I knew Naomi deserved that briefcase. She deserved that title shot because she's been working her ass off. And honestly, I could have seen Seth or Solo winning that briefcase. More so, I picked Solo because I didn't think Seth needed that push. He can get a title shot. But at the end of the day, I'm not surprised he did win. He has himself and the Legion of Terminators behind him, and they're wanting to cause chaos, and he wants a title back. So that briefcase gives him that shot at what he is wanting. Then we had Becky and Lyra. Becky is your new champion. She defeated Lyra, and then Lyra crashed out at the end. And again, not surprised by this match because I feel like if Lyra was going to win again, then it would kind of not make sense to have another Becky versus Lyra when we just had that at Backlash. However, I will say, I was not really excited for this match, honestly. I'm kind of like, this feud, I'm kind of over it. I love them both, but I kind of just want them to do something different. Um, but this was the match of the night for me. These two showed out. It was tremendous. And their chemistry in the ring, you can tell that they've been working together because it was honestly awesome. Like, I absolutely loved this match. And like I said, it's a match that I was kind of whatever on going into Money in the Bank. So I'm super surprised that it was as good and I was as invested. I shouldn't say I was surprised that it was as good because these two women are phenomenal and they work together really, really well. But I was just surprised at how invested I was in it not being as invested in that storyline. But overall, I think Money in the Bank was really, really good. My favorite part, of course, was R-Truth returning, and I was in shock, you guys. Like, we were watching it, and he came out and attacked John, and I was like, who is that? Who is that? And my husband's like, is that R-Truth? And yes, it was. We get R-Truth back, and honestly, that moment to me was so satisfying because it just shows that when we have a voice and we have opinions, like we can change things, like we can get things done by voicing. Now, I'm not going to say that every person that we want signed back is going to get signed back, but R-Truth was really special to the wrestling community. So to see him get this new opportunity because of the wrestling community and the people in the locker room who love him is awesome, and I cannot wait to see what he does with this opportunity and this shot because I know it's going to be great. And then, of course, we have to talk about the turn. We saw Solo talking shit about Jacob on Friday Night SmackDown, and Jacob was peeping around the corner and heard everything that Solo said. And this man made Solo pay for it. Solo needs to think twice when he says that Jacob doesn't have any brains because I'm pretty sure Solo's the one with no brains at this point in time because he has had so many people beside of him and now he is left with just JC, Mateo, whatever, standing in his corner. He's lost Jacob, he's lost his brothers, he's lost Roman. So, honestly, Solo, maybe you're the one without brains because if you had any, you'd keep these people beside you. But I am very, very pumped for this Jacob Solo feud. I think it's going to be fantastic. I love them both. And if you saw any clips of Solo in the ring when he was doing like the Penta Walk and all of the wrestlers' moves, he is the funniest guy in the world. Like, we don't get to see that side of him unless you're really watching it. I think people like miss that because he is this kind of like serious character, But he is so friggin' hysterical, and I know that him and Jacob are going to be excellent together. The chemistry that they have is great. Their in-ring ability is great. The promos that they cut are great. So I'm very pumped for this matchup, and I honestly hope that they extend it for a little while, and I hope we don't get the match or we get the final match or whatever they want to do at SummerSlam, because I think this is definitely a SummerSlam feud. But with that being said, we're going to move on to Monday Night Raw, because a lot of shit went down tonight on Monday Night Raw, you guys. A lot of shit. And I was worried going into the show. I was very concerned. But I was concerned because I thought Seth was going to cash in. I was not concerned because I thought Gunther was going to beat Jay. And what happened? Gunther beat Jay? What the hell, you guys? I don't listen. I am crashing out because I don't understand. What is the purpose of Gunther beating Jay? The man just made him tap out on the biggest stage at WrestleMania. And Gunther has done nothing in between, built no feuds, built no beefs. He fought Pat McAfee for what? Nothing, just because he could. And then we're going to hand him a title on a random Monday Night Raw? I don't know, you guys. Listen, again, no shade to Gunther, because I do respect this man's work in the ring. He is a good technical fighter, and that is fine. But Gunther without a title has done nothing. Nothing. And so our first thing to do is give him another title? Like, give him back his title? Oh, oops, our bad. We gave Jay the title at WrestleMania, but here you go, Gunther. We're going to give it back to you because we have nothing else for you. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like that Jay only had a 2-month run. I don't like that he lost on a random ass Monday night in Arizona. I don't like that he lost to Gunther. I would have much rather Seth Rollins cashed in on him last night and took that title than Gunther. Because now what are we going to get? We're going to get fucking Gunther and Goldberg? Like, that's what we're going to get? Because that's the only thing that's been laid out on the table for Gunther recently. I gave you a disclaimer that I'm crashing out over this, and I'm crashing out over this. I don't know what the decision is. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know where. I just don't know. Like, I don't know what they're thinking with this whole storyline. Like, I just can't. Like, I don't even know what to say, you guys. I respect Gunther. I do. But it does not make sense. It literally makes everything that happened at WrestleMania and the beef that they had and the feud that they had pretty much not matter. Like, here, Jay, here's the title for 2 months. We want you to work your ass off, fight week after week, have numerous matches and numerous feuds, and get attacked by numerous people so that we can take it away and give it to a guy who's been backstage sleeping ever since he beat Pat McAfee. Make it make sense, because it doesn't. It does not make sense at all. I will crash out for this. I will crash out about this for days because it doesn't make sense. And then, if I'm also discussing this, what was the purpose of the whole Jay Seth thing? Like, why did Jay and Seth have beef if this is how it was going to end? The two people in the company who has held that title and fought week after week and have been a workhorse, Seth and Jay, and neither one of them walk out with the title? They just give it to Gunther? I don't get it. If you guys can explain it to me, please do, because I don't get it. I don't understand where it's going. I don't understand the feud, and I just feel like now I feel like the only reason Gunther got the title back is because when he fights Goldberg, it'll be for something. But I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care. I'm not invested in Goldberg and Gunther. I'm not invested. They didn't need a freaking title because Goldberg's not going to win that shit. And if he does, I'm going to crash out even more. So, I don't know. I told you guys I'm gonna crash out over it. I'm gonna crash out for days. I'm just gonna warn you. I'm crashing out for days over this because I don't like it. I don't think it makes sense. I think Jay deserved better. That man busted his ass week after week after week after week for y'all to just give that title back to that Gunther man. No, it's not happening. I'm not here for it. I don't love it. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna move past it because if I don't, I'll be ranting for hours. We're gonna move past it. We had the first qualifying matches for the King and Queen of the Ring tournament, and WWE kind of spoiled Asuka's return because they released the bracket that had her in it before they actually showed that she's coming back next week, which I thought was kind of funny. But with that being said, we know that Miss Roxy and we know that Sammy is moving on in the King and Queen of the Ring tournament. To be surprised, I'm not honestly shocked about Roxanne. She is an up and coming star. She's been honestly very, very good, and I'm not surprised. However, it was a stacked match, so she deserves her flowers because there was good people in that match, you guys. Good people in that match. So for her to pull off that victory was pretty great. It also pushed that little rift with Liv and the Judgment Day a little further. And I know that ultimately they're all going to crash out and fight each other. And Finn and Roxy's going to be on one side and Liv and Dom's going to be on the other. And then the men's match. This one I was shocked. Because I didn't think Sammy was going to win. Personally, I was rooting for Dom. But out of all of the people in that match, Braun, Dom, Penta, Sammy won? I mean, kudos to Sammy because that's a great opportunity. But honestly, I really thought that Braun Breaker would walk out victorious in this match just because of Seth and his faction are trying to be dominant and trying to be like the powerhouses on the roster. But I'm going to say kudos to Sammy because that's a great win for you, and I'm excited to see what happens next. We also saw Miss Nikki Bella, one of my goats, love her for life. And you guys, we are gonna get Nikki and Liv at Evolution, and I am freaking stoked. Y'all know that I love Liv, and y'all know that I love Nikki, and so to see these two battle it out, I am so happy about. I cannot wait. I think it's gonna be amazing. These two are going to absolutely put on the show of a lifetime, and I'm pumped for it. I am so freaking pumped for it. Like, period. I'm pumped for Evolution in general, and I'm probably going to live stream it because it is going to be amazing. And then, of course, we started the show with Mr. John Cena, and who else confronted him? Punker. Now, I will say, I am not happy of when this match is taking place. I do not like that John and Punk are fighting at Night of Champions just because I feel like this should be a SummerSlam match. Like, this is a big match. So I feel like this should be on like a SummerSlam card. Maybe it will be. Maybe something will happen at Night of Champions and we'll get it on SummerSlam. Or maybe we'll get a cash in at Night of Champions and we'll get Punk and Rollins at SummerSlam. I don't know. But I just feel like Punk and John, for one last time, should have been on a SummerSlam match card because that is a match and a half. I mean, I know you guys remember Punk defeating John and walking out with that title years ago. So this match is going to be John trying to get revenge for that. John trying to be his best heel self and retain his title, and Punk is trying to get that title. Punk has been going after a title since he came back at Survivor Series. So I'm excited for this match. I just wish it was on a bigger stage at like SummerSlam because I definitely think this is a SummerSlam type match. But overall, besides the ending, Raw was actually pretty good, and I'm excited to see who advances in this Night of Champion bracket. I'm gonna do a totally separate video talking about my predictions for the Night of Champions, and I am gonna break down the entire bracket, you guys. I almost forgot, we saw the return of Bayley, which honestly, a lot of people were kind of shocked about it. I wasn't. I knew that this whole thing was going to come back somehow to Becky and Bayley because Becky took her out. And why would Becky take her out if it wasn't going to eventually come back to this? So Bayley's back. She's going to be feuding with Becky, as we know. She's going to go after that title. I don't think she's going to win it. I think Becky's going to hold that title for a little while. But I do think that'll be a good feud. But overall, like I said, you guys, besides the ending, Raw was pretty good. I actually enjoyed the show. I thought it was a good show, and I am intrigued at where we go from here. These cash-ins and these new title holders, and I don't know, you guys. I'm still at a loss for words for Gunther winning. Let's be fucking honest. Like I just don't know. I just don't know. But overall, Raw and Money in the Bank was good. I am excited for most of the storylines. Hopefully, Gunther can give me a reason why he won, and we'll see you next time, you guys.